Okay, not showing me my view counter, but I think I got it kind of fixed. Maybe. Still trying to figure out this Streamlabs thing. And chat is still small. What's up, everybody? How's it going on? Joining in a kind of a chill stream today. Charging my car, waiting for things to get done. Oh, Pixie, okay. I'm trying to like read names because I'm on Streamlabs today, still trying to get everything figured out, but the chat is like so tiny on my phone screen that I can't like read everything. So I'm trying to figure out how to get like chat upsized on my screen, but I don't know how. But like you're all good if you can't stay like long today. It's still one of those, it's gonna be one of those chill days right now. So what's the, hope you can make it bigger. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm still not in the know on how to do that. Honestly, I probably should have actually looked it up on how to get it fixed before I went on stream, but the whatchamacallit. Oh yeah, it's like way better today. Yesterday was like it looked really good for most of the day when I started yesterday's stream. But it just suddenly started raining, and the next thing you know, like here comes tornado sirens, and here's heavy rain, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, I need to get out of here real quick. Yeah, like let me see if I can. Yeah, like it's really clear out today. I'm just built different, I guess. I don't know. Of course I think vastly different than most individuals out there. Hence the reason why I prefer live streaming over a lot of get looked in there. What's up, stranger? I can't read your name. I'm still trying to figure out how to get my chat the right size. The goat. Oh, okay. Kiss the goat. The goat's in the house, man. What's up, bro? I think it's kind of a weird day for me right now too, because I'm having like a little more brain fog than usual, so I don't know what's going on with that. If I like got exposed to something that I don't know about, but yeah, it's a little harder for me to actually can figure out the right words to say and everything. Yesterday was completely fine. It was one of those days where everything was going all right, and then I don't know, something like happened. I got like whammied by something. Karaoke night. What are you singing? Let me know. Let me in on this. I need to know for research purposes. Okay. Way too nervous for that. You just gotta get out there and do it. That's all you gotta do. It's easy. Just get out there, do it, make it work. Trust and believe. I mean, I did karaoke one time. I don't know if I was good because my friends didn't say if I was good or not. It was just kind of like, oh. Be my first time ever. Hey, look, it was my first time ever doing karaoke. I went out and I sung some, what did I sing again? I sung Teenagers by My Chemical Romance. I know. Yeah, my friends don't really, most of my friends don't give me a lot of like honest feedback just because they're, I think a lot more of my friends are more like, well, less opinionated than I am, if that makes sense. And that's saying something because I'm typically not a very opinionated person. cannot see anything. Yeah, it's a fun time. You just really gotta get your nerves out of the way. And the best part about it is that surprisingly, it doesn't require alcohol. It doesn't require alcohol whatsoever. Maybe like a little, I don't know, kava oil or something. That's what I typically use to kind of calm my nerves or whatever. Like kava, some holy basil or whatever, but I don't drink alcohol. Any more? Bad experience or something? Magic gummies. Yo, what was I gonna say? Alright, so on the magic gummy thing, I don't really like the magic gummies just because the way that the like Delta 9 THC makes me feel. At least that's only what we have here in Iowa anyway. We just have like the Delta 9 stuff, and I don't like that stuff whatsoever. Because it just really, what's the word I'm looking for when I say this? I don't know. It gets me in like a really, really weird headspace. Because I remember the first time I tried the Delta 9 stuff. Wanted to finally quit. Really finally drank a lot. Yeah, it's just no. Honestly, all that drinking stuff just isn't really worth it if you ask me. And I mean the magic gummies thing too. That is just so much better. But the Delta 9 thing aside, also like that stuff just hits me way too hard. Because I did like a tincture one time. It was like a coconut oil tincture, and it really had me. Well, the coconut oil one, it had me in a really perfect space, and I remember specifically I started listening to like Sleep Token, which is really weird because I actually don't like Sleep Token that much, and then so I finished that off, and then I went and got like some gummies, and those didn't really affect me like I think they should have. And then when those didn't work, I went back and got like a little water-soluble thing, and that was a huge mistake. Because I remember when I took that. I never tried tinctures. Oh my gosh, they're all right. So the tincture was really good. But when I took this water-soluble Delta 9 stuff, it smacked me so hard, and it was horrible. Because I remember I took the same amount of milligrams of that water-soluble Delta 9 stuff, and then I remember it was like probably about 30 minutes later, I was just like out of my head, and keep in mind, I'm in my apartment by myself. I live alone, and as soon as this stuff starts hitting, it was game over, and I started having like really bad anxiety. I'm like pacing around my apartment, so this is kind of like a representation of what I was doing, just for like reference. All right, so like just imagine this space is my apartment, and like I'm just and I'm just doing that for like an hour straight. Let me get back in place here. I'm not gonna do that enough. I'm not gonna do that a whole lot because there's people around and I'm in public. But so this stuff smacked me so hard that I was pacing around my apartment like that for at least an hour, and I'm just like, oh my gosh. I'm just sitting there telling myself like, oh man, I'm too high. I'm just like pacing back and forth, I'm just telling myself like, you're just too high. You just gotta just metabolize it out, just walk it off. And like, I think I did that for an hour, and then I went outside because I was like, okay, maybe some fresh air, maybe some sunlight, maybe, get some vitamin D or something. And that was also a mistake, because I'm just like, then I started thinking to myself like, oh man, people are gonna know I'm high. I'm like, people are just gonna know. and then I just like started having like really other weird thoughts like, man, did I remember to put pants on? And I had to look down, and I was like, okay, I got my pants on. Okay, I remember to put a shirt on. Okay, yeah, I got my shirt on. And eventually like that got to me, so I had to go back inside. And then after that, I remember I just finally laid down, and I just fell asleep for I think it was like 6 hours or something. I woke up with a raging headache, and I was still high. So I made some food. I think I made like bacon and eggs or something. But I mowed the hell down. And then when I got done with that, I went back to sleep for another like 8 hours. And I woke up after that, and like I just remember I still had the headache, and my mouth was just incredibly freaking dry. And the worst part about it was I was still high. It was a horrible experience. That's why I just don't do the Delta 9 stuff anymore. But it sucks because that's the only thing that's like technically legalized here in Iowa. It really sucks because Iowa's like one of those states where yeah, it was a crazy experience. I didn't have a good time with it at all. But yeah, I was one of those states where we're just sitting here looking at every other state around us, and we just see all these states legalizing, and we're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? It's like we're behind prison cell walls or something. It sucks, but it's one of those things where it is what it is, unfortunately. But fingers crossed that we're gonna get legalization soon. Yeah, it sucks. I don't know. It doesn't make sense to me why it's illegal, but not much I can do about it right now, unfortunately. Maybe I'll get like Mr. Beast size one day. Then I could just like leverage my viewer count to get it legalized. Be like, we're gonna tank the economy if you don't legalize this. just heard that certain psychedelics are now legal or something because of Elon. So I've been kind of keeping up with that a little bit. So the new executive order on that, all of those psychedelics that were illegal before are still technically illegal, but the executive order pretty much enforces like executive action to move forward in a lot of research behind that. So what that means is it just it makes it so a lot of that research can be moved forward in like the most legal ways possible. But like psychedelics, they're still technically legal wherever and whatnot, depending on your state and jurisdiction or whatever. But Joe Rogan was the one who really tried to he brought forward a lot of that stuff, because he talks about a lot of that in his podcast. Like he usually talks about like DMT and what's the other one he talks about? Like ayahuasca, I think. I haven't tried any of this stuff. I've been a little curious about some of it. My friend, he keeps trying to get me to do he keeps trying to get me to do shrooms, and one time he said he had like DMT, which I'm kind of curious about that too, but some of that stuff I'm a little hesitant about. I wish I could try those too. Oh, the shrooms, yeah, they're I see my buddy on them all the time. He seems like a really, really functioning person, and like even when he's on them, he's I want to, but I'm scared a bit about DMT. Yeah, that's the main one I'm worried about, because I've heard like some YouTube stories in regards to that stuff, and some people are saying you live a whole nother life in the span of like 10 minutes. I've tried shrooms a couple of times and nothing happened. Are you sure they were the right shrooms? I don't know. I feel like there's some people out here that would do some shady stuff. I mean, the psychedelics community doesn't seem that inherently toxic. Salvia. That one really scares me, honestly. I've seen some people talk about it. I don't know why, like, psychedelics have been a thing that's been on my mind a lot recently. I'm super curious about them. Probably didn't take enough. Maybe that could be too. I mean, it really depends. My buddy says your first time you should probably microdose them. Did a lot of research on salvia. It's just really fascinating, like, this stuff. Even if you haven't done it as somebody from the outside, it's still really fascinating to hear a lot of the stories. Because I remember one video in particular I was listening to was a guy talking about one of his trips with salvia, and he talked about spending, I think he said like 80 years in a place called Horrorland, which when I heard that just kind of threw me back to the Goosebumps series, because I read a lot of those back in the day. And the description on everything was like really vivid, because they were talking about like this wall of flesh that gave through to like a vortex, and then they were talking about sitting on top of this pillar in like a hunched over position for a couple years. and it just sounded like complete hell. And I just think like, oh my gosh, what is this stuff? It really kind of it makes me a little curious how some of like our ancestors did some of that stuff, because I know from like some of my ancestry stuff from like Native American history with like peyote, that usually that was used as like a spiritual journey type of thing. One where a guy said he was a backyard hose, and he watched the family that lived there watch their whole life go by. That's like it kind of reminds me of that that one thing that they do in Rick and Morty, where they do like a whole life stimulation type thing. Part of a sidewalk back in the 40s. Oh my gosh. I don't even know what I would do, because that's in the span of 10 minutes, by the way. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, shrooms seem relatively harmless for the most part. I mean, I've seen a fair bit of my friends that do shrooms, and a lot of them seem pretty functional and normal, at least when they're after they've sobered up and everything. Their body folds. I haven't heard that one, but I've heard a lot of different stories about it. Yeah, I'm kind of talking like broad spectrum with a lot of this stuff. Like I've heard the stories about salvia too, and it's those ones are insane and just absolutely insane. And then what's the other one, like datura, which that one's also just nuts. Some of this stuff I couldn't even really fathom taking myself, honestly. I also on salvia see and talk to other beings. I really kind of wonder about that, honestly. Some are mean beings, some are good. Yeah, I've heard like a lot of different stories, honestly, because a lot of my friends that talk about that stuff, I have one guy that said that like his friend let him try some one time, and then he said it was just more like it felt like he blacked out for 10 minutes, and then he came to after that, and then he said he didn't really feel any different after that. But then I've heard other people say other crazy stuff about it as well. This stuff just fascinates me, even regardless that I don't. Well, even if I haven't tried it all yet. Oh, and like this. Folks and all those beings are all working on all these I just find the more that I listen to this stuff and I think about it, the more it just really fascinates me. It's like one of those it's like one of those things where you keep, well, anytime you find an answer for something, it just leads to more questions. I feel like I've got to see this folding thing in action now. I mean, I honestly haven't been around anybody when they've taken that stuff or done any of that. The most I've ever been around, I think. Well, I've been around people that have done like some hardcore drugs, but that's kind of an aside thing. And they weren't in my friend group or anything. It was just kind of like it was kind of like just a happenstance, circumstance of whatever situation I was in. But I've been around people that have done like shrooms, and they seem really functional. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody in person do like salvia or anything. But I'd be interested to really see what happens when somebody is on that. And there's Headspace. Yeah, I was kind of picking up on that. It just I don't know, when I start looking at or hearing words like that, sometimes I just go to like the funniest version of something in my head sometimes. Yeah, it seems like that one, shrooms just seem like the most, I guess like I don't want to say harmful or harmless, because I mean it, that kind of really sounds like it implies some level of harm, and shrooms don't really seem like they have any inherent harm, unless you take like a whole lot of them and you have like a bad trip or something. Because I've had a friend that he actually did have a bad trip one time, and he said he has never done shrooms since. But he said he took a big mega dose of it. I think it was around 7 to 8 grams or something like that, and he was actually in his apartment by himself at the time. Yeah, it's crazy stuff, honestly. I couldn't fathom, honestly, even what it's like to be in that headspace. I think that's a big reason why I haven't actually like done it myself, is just because on account of all my weird health issues and stuff. Like my mental state can just bounce back and forth very erratically. And sometimes it happens like really in a subtle way, and it might take me a little bit of time to actually notice it. Kind of like today, I didn't really know I was having like the brain fog thing going on until I actually started interacting with some people while I was doing Uber today, and I started to notice like, oh man, I can't really keep up with the conversation that some of these people are talking about, or I don't know, I feel like a really weird vibe going on. And then eventually, after the 2020 hindsight, I'll think, oh my gosh, I know what's going on. I got whammied. Oh my gosh, 3 days? Yeah, it's one of those things where I've heard a lot of people say you got to be in a really like good headspace in order to do it. I honestly think that's, if I did try it, I'd probably have to be in a outdoor setting out in nature somewhere, so that way I know that I'm not gonna get like exposed to something that's really gonna mess my mental state up. Because all it takes is just it just takes one thing, and then next thing you know, I'm like spiraling down the rabbit hole. But a lot of this stuff is also kind of I think a lot of those health issues are also why I stopped doing like I think half the things I used to do before that were really indoor related. Maybe kind of watch your guide, babysitter who is straight with you as well. Yeah, I've got people like that know what they're doing, and they would be able to like really help with that, because that's also another aspect that I've heard is important, like having somebody there to really guide you through it and make sure that you're not going to go off the rails and do something crazy or have a really bad trip, or that's going to be kind of there to really alleviate some of those issues that's going to happen if they happen anyway. But I mean, most of the people that I've seen that do it, they say as long as you do like a small amount of it first. Cool. Yeah, it just gets crazier and crazier the more I think about it. Honestly, I think the day is gonna come probably when I'm actually just gonna say like, fuck it, I'm gonna try it. Like, why not? So sometimes that's just how I roll. I just say like, oh, you know what? Why not? Like, oh, there's a mosh pit. Guess I'm gonna try it. There's a car right there. I guess I'll try it. Or what's the other one? Oh, there's a fish laying there right by the stream. I guess I'll try it. Why not? Kind of kidding with the fish thing. Alright. Yeah, okay. I'm going to do all the hard stuff I was afraid to do. I keep telling my friends that's probably gonna be like me, and that's probably gonna be like a lot of them too. Like, you know, we're on our deathbed. We're not getting any younger. We're old. We're wrinkly. Like, you know what? Why not just do everything all at once? Just a little bit of everything. Either that or like a lot of everything. Like just go out with a bang. I mean, I'm sure plenty of other people throughout history have gone out worse ways. Honestly, it kind of beats going out in like drowning on a boat or something. Okay. I don't know why I just cannot get comfortable anywhere. Okay, there we go. Gonna pull up a stream monitor here. Yeah, that's exactly the point behind it. Oh my gosh. But yeah, that's kind of like the gist of my curiosity on a lot of that stuff right now. Go out with a bang. You know, typically I wouldn't really have that thought I'm not gonna say I wouldn't, but it's kind of like a stark contrast to what I was before I guess started treating a lot of the health stuff going on in my life. Cause I remember before I was like really like risk averse to a lot of things. I think ever since I started fixing a lot of stuff that's been going on with my health personally, it's just been like a really stark contrast on my mindset with a lot of things. Yeah, talking about all this stuff is making me start to really feel like a hippie or something. Hmm. Gotta check out something here. Go with the flow, bro. It's kind of the story of my life, at least for right now. Taking a look at something here. All right. What? All right. All right. I think I'm gonna end it right here though, because I need to get this freaking Streamlab things figured out. How are you on Instagram or anything? Yeah, I got Instagram. I'm on I think that's like the primary social platform that I use. I should probably put that like on my YouTube profile or something. I'm in the process of trying to I'm trying to get all my social accounts linked up so that way everything is really coherent when it comes to a lot of this stuff, because eventually I'm going to have to get on that. And plus, I mean, if I don't get on those platforms and get some attention, then I'm kind of leaving a lot of potential on the table when it comes to those. You can add me if you want. The name is the same on there. Okay, Cosmic Vagabond Pixie. All right, I'll go ahead and give you a look up here. Cause yeah, I don't know. I really wanted to get this Streamlab things figured out, and then I was planning on streaming for today for as long as I did yesterday, but then like the brain fog thing happened, and now I'm just like, come on, why now? Like I need to stream more so that way I can like get to the top of the creator boards. But I mean, it's just one day. I'll probably be back to normal tomorrow. Besides, you got like a karaoke thing to get to. Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. It just is what it is at this point. Hopefully everything's gonna be back to normal tomorrow, and then I'll be there. But all right, I'm gonna end it right here. See you tomorrow.